if there is one system I'm going to be trading with right now on NVIDIA earnings, it would be the NVIDIA Power Hour Indicator that is available for trading view. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you just exactly how it works. It's a very simple system. What it does is that, so right here, we are we're in August 27th, 2025. The day after hours is going to be in the earnings, NVIDIA earnings. So what did we get this morning? So I found this, and actually we had one yesterday as well. So we actually have two sell signals in a row. NVIDIA is just riding this line right here. So what is going to happen with earnings? None of us know. None of us know. It could pop to the upside. It could just crash to the downside. But it's interesting to note is that our criteria was hit 2 days in a row to go to the downside. So that is interesting. That is something that we have to keep in mind. And what is cool about this is that it's only firing off from 9:30 to 10:30. So that is the power window. That is the window where we're going to be getting trades. There has to be volume. There has to be confirmation. There's a bunch of cool stuff that happens in this window. And there's a reason why we had two in a row here. Interesting volume, interesting. So it something triggered with our system that allowed it to hit 2 days in a row here of sell signals. And so what this means, so basically what I'm going to be doing with this is tomorrow, wherever we are, if we're up to the upside, we're down to the downside, I will be watching this indicator like a hawk to see where we are in the morning. It doesn't give you a trade every single morning, right? We're running this on the 10-minute time frame. You can actually even run it on the 15-minute. In fact, I believe the last trade that we had on the 15-minute was right here, and actually was a nice little upside winner. But you can run it on the 15, you can run it on the 10. The 10 is a little, it does give you a little more trades to the upside and to the downside. I kind of like looking at a mixture of both. Right now, the 10-minute is going to give us some really interesting trade opportunities, I think. But you could just see the volume. Look at the volume in the mornings on NVIDIA. This is the power window right here from 9:30 to 10:30. There's a lot of volume happening, and there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. So I think that, so basically my play here is with this indicator, is I'm going to wait for tomorrow morning because the earnings are coming out this evening, right? And so there's going to be just crazy movement tomorrow. There's going to be crazy movement. I want to be on that 10-minute time frame. I want to see what this thing is going to be telling us in the morning. So I am going to be using this if we eventually either get a buy or a sell signal. Like I said, we might not get one, but there should be enough volume and there should be enough momentum in the morning to where we should get direction, and it'll be an interesting play. And I believe that it'll be a really solid, winner. Obviously, obviously nothing is a guarantee, but this is just a cool system, and this is just something that I've been using all the time. And in particular with earnings, it's quite interesting. It's always interesting to see this thing in action in earnings. Here's a couple on the 10 minutes. So essentially, I'll show you just what it would look like for for something like this. That would be a nice little morning power momentum. So this is what happens, right? So in the morning, this is just a strong down, and it finds momentum, it finds volume, and it'll give you a sell signal. And what's cool about this is we'll actually put this in a Telegram alert group as well. So you'll be getting those alerts, and then obviously the target line will be right there. And we have some rules, we have some guidelines. What will happen if, say, this does this? Let's just say this one, for example, right? What do we do after it does, closes flat, after it closes down? We have some really interesting rules and perspectives with this. What is crazy about our system right now is that NVIDIA, it really is going sideways. You can see buy, sell. It's not really wanting to give a direction. What I would say about this is that when it does find a direction, so say right here, it does give you some really solid trades. And in fact, I believe in July, once we start to see an actual direction forming, 1, 2, 3 in a row. Actually, this was another one, 4, and then really, really solid trades. It doesn't do it every single day. But it's an interesting system. It's not a 100% system. Obviously, I just showed you a bunch of losers there and a few winners. But it's a system where it is basically relying on morning momentum to find trades. And so it's particularly with NVIDIA. So I like to use this thing. I always love to get the alerts in Telegram thinking, oh, what's NVIDIA doing today? Well, you'll see it. And it's really interesting right now what it's doing with these two sell signals. I definitely see why it is recommending a sell, just because there isn't momentum. There isn't a ton of momentum to one side or the other. It's just kind of just going flat. And in fact, in the morning, it's actually dropping. It's dropping quick. And so what that means for tomorrow, I don't know. None of us obviously know what earnings will do, but we will. I will be watching this with this indicator. So if you're interested in this indicator, obviously I'm going to have a link. We actually have a special sale going on right now for this. It isn't free, but it's not very, you pay one time, you get it for life. But if you're not in that market where you want to be, purchasing any kind of systems, anything like that, no problem. But if you are interested in something like this, we actually have, I believe it's either a 30 or 90 days to try this thing out. If it doesn't work for you, if it doesn't, perform like you want it, obviously you can get a refund. But something like this is what we will be using to trade NVIDIA earnings. So if you're interested in it, I will put just a quick little link in the description to check this thing out. All right, guys. Good luck with NVIDIA earnings. If you're watching this beforehand or if you already watched it, hopefully this thing was a beast. All right. See you guys.